white chocolate. And you know, white chocolate, when you use the chips, it's not really white chocolate, but close enough. And we're going to use, one of my favorite products here, our sugar cookie mix. Oh, I didn't open this. Because I think there's certain things, you know how I love to use the wonton wraps, the cookie mix, because you can do so many things with this. So we're going to put our cookie mix in. I always like to do it a little bit different because it seems to be easier to spread in the pan if you use the butter right out of the refrigerator. Rather than soften, it gets a little bit too mushy for my taste. So we've got our sugar cookie mix. We're going to put it in our food processor. Here's our butter, and we're going to use an egg. We're going to just make the crust first and then pile everything on top, put some condensed milk on it, and we had our official taste tester come through during the day, and he approved of the recipe. I'm talking about our store manager, Ed Moore. Always manages to come through. He helps set up the chairs too, but I think that's a ploy to see what's going on. But he came through and he took one look at this area here, and he's like, what else are you making? So I said, well, here, try this white chocolate apricot bar. Oh yeah, these are good. So I haven't checked the tray to see how many he's eaten. Hopefully there'll be enough for you guys. Okay. And the only reason I shake this is this isn't as powerful as some other of the food processors, so I like to get it, like at home I have a Cuisinart and it's really strong, so it really throws that stuff together and makes a nice little crumb. This is not quite as nice. All right, I'm going to turn it on, put the egg in it. A little bit more doughy than I like, but I actually like it when it comes out just as sprinkles or just as little particles, because it's much easier to get it even in the pan. But this will work. And like I said, I like this product. You can do a lot of things with it. Not only make cookies and bases for this. I'm going to grease this a little bit. Ooh, did I not forget to spray the pan? Oh well. And of course I like to use the foil so you can take it out of the pan and easier to cut. And like I said, this is one that you can, if you're making lemon bars with this, makes a really good lemon bar. Just put a little lime or lemon peel in with the batter here. Or you can put your own little flavoring in. I like to use almond a lot. Okay. Pop this in the oven for about 15 minutes. And we'll get started. I think we'll get started on our asparagus while we're waiting. Whoops. We'll go ahead and turn our asparagus water on. Put this in the oven. I've got some macadamia nuts. If you don't like macadamia nuts, you can use something else. I like them in this recipe because it's sort of a clean, white recipe. Since there's no chocolate, so if you use something like pecans or walnuts, you get that same taste, different look. These are a little bit big, so we'll Go ahead and chop them down just a little bit. And make sure that your knife is sharp, because the more pressure you have to put down on something, if it's not a real sharp knife, the worse it is. You really want to have your knife sharp. More people get cut with a dull knife because it would have a tendency to slip, and instead of cutting through something, might slip and go off, and your fingers will be in the way. There's our cookie base. All right. And we are going to turn on this one. Put our white, I always call them white chocolate chips. I guess because of the regulations, I don't know. It's not actually white chocolate, so they have to call them vanilla chips, but whatever. Okay. And it calls for 2 cups, which is about what a bag is. Spread them out. Okay. And our macadamia nuts. Are you dying already? This looks so. Okay, and our apricots. Don't want to miss any part of this. Okay, oops, there's a big clump. And our coconut. And I kind of press this down a little bit just to. And you want to kind of keep things, we've got a nice little border here or crust for our bottom crust. And we want to make sure that we're pouring, when we put anything in, we want it inside that crust. I'm going to put our condensed milk on here. I love this stuff. I think you could probably just drink it, but okay, only when I'm alone. Okay, that's good. We will put this back in the oven, and hopefully it'll be ready by the end of our class. Okay, put this back in. Here's our apricot bars. I did cut them up, of course, but you'll see it as you're still sampling, because they'll be ready while you're still here. But it has a nice little sort of brown coating on it. With the coconut being sort of toasted, and the chocolate melts, and the cookie crust, so very good.